Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Todd. How are you?
I'm good. Nobody's here yet because the notification just went out.
Oh, did it? Well, we shall wait for this fine entertainment. So, you got a bunch of stuff listed yesterday?
Yeah, I did about a dozen listings yesterday,
Good.
but I've got so much stuff.
Yeah, I've been. I listed about 11 or 12 things yesterday, too.
I've been testing these radios and I've figured out I'm going to have to read the owner's manual because it looks like most of them are working, but I can't figure out just fiddling around how to get the settings to where they all talk to each other and stuff. So,
Right. I'm being lazy, Texas. I just haven't shaved. I hate shaving. Good morning, Anissa. Good morning, Mr. Bumcrack. Good morning, Lag. Anyway, so you working on trying to get a bunch of stuff listed, huh?
yeah, that's the name of the game.
Well, I was trying to be an eBayer yesterday and work on some listings, and
Good.
actually, last night it was late before I went to bed because I was going through some boxes trying to pick out some good stuff to try to get listed. So at least I have something to talk about with you fine people. So what kind of sales did you have yesterday?
I was pretty good. I got 7 orders going out for $300.
Good. What's
So
that
yes,
about?
yesterday's sales were above average.
Cool. So what was that about? $65 a piece. I mean, $55 a average. $55 an item. Isn't that right? No, 45.
uh,
About $45 an item.
yeah, I mean that's gross.
Yeah.
So shipping labels took a bunch of the money. But yeah, I sold a back Swiss Gear backpack for 50. I sold a AM FM antenna for 46.79. Sold a Harley Davidson pair of shoes for 26. I sold a Vietnam era tent repair kit for $81. That was the big sale.
Well, good.
Yeah, and then a couple little things. Sold some more vacuum cleaner filters.
Good.
Wonder if I'll ever run out of those. That's one of those long tail items.
I sold these yesterday. I got to throw in an envelope and mail out. I've got a bunch of those. They're the belts, drive belts for vacuum cleaners. And I went to a yard, well, it wasn't a yard sale, it was a business sale. And they were going out of business. And I must have bought 50 of those daggum belts at various, for various vacuum cleaners for like 10 cents a piece. And I just been selling a couple of, you know, 5.99 plus shipping.
Vacuum moguls on stage.
Good morning, Mike.
I'm a mogul in a lot of things. I'm a mogul with outlets. I'm a mogul with toothbrush holders. I'm a mogul with band aids. Yeah, got that market cornered.
Let's see. Bought an item on eBay for 75. Sold back on eBay in a day for 250. May I ask what that item was, Lag? Or you? Is that a new income stream for you?
Yeah, and this I got a battle with the Mormons or
The more
Mormons, the Lutherans.
Lutherans.
Let's
What
see.
what brought up the Mormons, Todd? Have you had an experience lately or something?
No, I don't know why I said Mormons. I'm just looking at yesterday's sales. I got the backpack and the Harley Davidson shoes from the Lutherans. So yeah, I get I get stuff from them that's actually sells.
That's $5.99 Lag, not $599. I mean, not $599.
So you listed vacuum cleaner belts yesterday, huh?
No, I've had those listed for a while. I just sold one. No, I sold. I listed other kind of odds and ends, some black powder, rifle accessories. Like the belt that you put black powder in it, and there's a pocket for.
Hey, Perky,
Good morning, Perk.
Duggan Rowe.
See, I'm still making $3 off of it. Lag, times fees and all that other crap. I don't care. That's $3. That and that I can play max bid on a slot machine, so on the cruise, so I don't care. Uh,
I made a mistake on those vacuum cleaner bags. I don't know how, but I accidentally had zero shipping on them. I mean, free shipping on them. I'm like, oops, because by the time I got them shipped, I netted about $2. But it's good, they're gone. I've had vacuum cleaner filters for what, almost 3 years.
yeah. Well, that's just it. I like if I can do one listing and I have 10 or 12 of them, and I only make $3 or $4 off of them. I can live with that because I only did one listing. Doesn't go. Am I the only person here who doesn't gamble or go on cruises? I am so fun at parties. Uh, I don't gamble any other time when we're on a cruise ship, and and Nissa, and of course, I do like to cruise.
I don't think Lag goes on a cruise because he never leaves his basement.
Yeah, he didn't like the. He said the base when he went on a cruise, the basement on the ship was kind of wet and greasy, so he didn't like that.
Hmm.
Well, that's just it. Did you know what? Sooner or later, you're going to sell through those ballet shoes. One of my friend's wife is a ballet tap dancing instructor for kids, and
Do they still do that?
yeah,
Okay.
she has full classes all the time. Uh, their sons though hate it because there's certain dances, ballet dances that they need a male dancer, and so there's her sons have had to learn how to dance just so that they can jump in and fill a slot. But
Yeah, that doesn't appeal to me.
that's that's kind of slow. That and opera is kind of slow to me.
I never have like the idea of wearing tights on a man. It's just, uh,
Uh, yeah, my my niece, um, Isabel, she's a ballet dancer. She's a teenager. She's a ballet dancer. So Ro and I went to a lot of her recitals and stuff like that. And I'm like, God, will this not be over with? And you could see all the look at the other fathers, and they're like glazed over. Yeah, lag. Guess what, son? You know what? You don't have to be here. You don't have to be here. That's my
I like
mind.
that scene on Independence Day where the president's wife is talking to the mom, and president's wife asked her, "What do you do for a living?"
Oh
And
yeah.
she says, "I'm a dancer." And the president's wife says, "Oh, I love the ballet, and I love watching dance." And she says, "Are you with any ballet?" She said, and the girl says, "No, I'm an exotic dancer." And the president's wife goes, "Oh."
Sorry.
I thought that was a funny scene.
It was. It is. Um. Let's see. I love you, Stomp. Yeah, Major Win. He's funny. That's the reason we keep him around, and are not offended by a lot of stuff he says, and just treat him like the arrogant teenager he is, and go about our business, or he implies he is. Um, so that's what I've kind of been doing is just kind of trying to get back into the group and the groove and get some listing get done and get rid of some of this crap that's around here because I got some boxes in there. I have no idea what's in there, and it's not bicycle stuff. I had to get an Atari. Was spending too much quarters arcade. I don't. I don't think kids are arcade. They arcade like they used to. I guess because everybody's got a PS5 now. Um, I don't even know if we've got a. And I live on the kind of yuppie side of town, and I don't think we even have a arcade anywhere on this side of town. There was one at the mall, and it closed.
Yeah, what's that last big holdout for arcade game? Something Busters or something?
Yeah, something in Buster's. What is it, Mister Youngster?
I think there's
Dave and
still
Buster's.
arcade games at the bowling alleys and the uh
Dave and Buster's is the name of that place.
Beer and Boobs.
Beer and boobs. Dave
Dave
and
and
Buster's. That's it.
Buster's. I don't think there's even a Dave and Buster's in Waco, and Waco's a big town.
I just, I mean, I like to gamble, and I like to play computer games. The gambling part, I don't want to do all. I mean, I don't want to do all the time because then it's not special when we go on the cruises and we're sitting there side by side, holding hands, looking lovely at each other while we're pushing buttons on the dancing drums machine. Um, I'm just not one of. I mean, and we have casinos near. Within an hour of us, we have a major casino, and within 3 hours, we have another major casino, and we're don't just don't do it. How about you guys? Major Win, you got a bunch of stuff going out today.
Bum, 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 bum.
Good morning, Julie. Yeah, eBay is like gambling, especially when you think you've got a major hit here, and then all of a sudden it's like 75 of the same item comes up. So instead of making $75 off of an item, you're making $20 off of an item. Blah. A25 hole pinball with no flippers growing up. Um, I was never good at pinball, even with flippers. And
He's
actually,
a
I'm not.
pinball wizard. There has to be a trick. A pinball wizard got such a.
Let's see. When I was in my 20s, is when the arcades and all the arcade games started coming out. So that's been 40 years ago. Did
How
you
do
know?
you think he does it? I don't know.
I'm going to start doing a segment okay, Todd. Here's your. We're going to pick a song out of the audience, and then you got to sing the song that they give you the title for. Okay, going to a huge. We do have a few things going out, trying to get a bunch of things listed, and we're going to a huge garden to get recharged. Been working ourselves into an early grave. Oh, shut up! You're not even 40 yet. I'm assuming that's a flower garden, not like a garden where you grow vegetables. Um, what's a what is pinballs? Google it. You'll probably find some YouTube videos of it.
Yeah, I used to shove quarters in pinball machines. They were so much fun.
Yeah, you'd have to line them up on the machine for the next person to play. That was the way it was with the pool table. No, I like pool tables. I like billiards. Um, and because my parents had one, I kind of got good at it. Because I'd go up there and just, you know, play, just play by myself. And when you're playing against yourself, then that makes it even tougher. Google says pinballs is a candy. Okay, well I never heard that, but it's the little metal balls inside of a machine that bounces around and you score points. Um, and I think there's some of the yard games where you roll balls at pins and knock them down like bowling. They're called pinballs. What's a Hanamex console? I don't know what that is. Yeah, Bakugan keeps it seems to make a keep coming back because I have some Bakugan cards and they sell every once in a while. Yeah, Texas, you've got a point there, but since you know what the other person's thinking, it's kind of hard to like a pawn. Oh, okay,
That's a
like
wingnut.
a pawn clone. Oh, I remember when that. What's a pong? Oh, lag. Google it. I remember when that game came out, though. Man, the home game version of it, we played a bazillion hours of that. Dink, ding, 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 ding. That was it, you know. Oh God, Q. Yeah, sorry, lag. You're just born too many years before the good stuff happens. Anyhow,
Sorry about that.
that's all right. From the Sears catalog. Yep. Kids do not know what it is to get that Sears Christmas catalog each year. You'd sit through that thing and earmark all those pages. Never let it. Now you're just messing with me. Yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah. That's catalog, not cat lag. Just so you, if you're not aware of that, there was a company that used to be called Sears that they used to have catalogs that they sent out in the spring and the summer and the winter, and then they had the Christmas one. Well, that's good that you got a lot to list, Major Win. Doug, just get in there and get her done. Get her done.
You doing a show today, Dougro?
Uh,
I don't understand. I guess if you live in a big city, it's fun to go to a garden and look at nature. Around here, it's like it's a block over there. It's the next street, and then the woods and the pasture over there. If I want to go look at nature, it's a block to look at cows eat.
um,
I'm about ready for vacation. I still got a couple of weeks to go.
we when we were in Australia, we were in Melbourne, and we went to I think it's Queen Victoria's Gardens is what they called it, and it was huge, and it was like going through a jungle. I mean, it was manicured and everything like that, but just the way they had it set up. And the day we were there, the three of the local schools, boys' schools, were having like cross country, and they were running through the park. But it was a really pretty park. So if you ever make it to Melbourne, go to the Victoria Park. And if you haven't been to Melbourne or to Australia, you should have it on your bucket list because that's really a cool place to go. Except for Anissa, because Anissa will have to get on a damn airplane and sit 2 feet, 18 inches away from another human being and breathe recycled air.
So instead of doing a show, Doug, you're gonna go hold hands in a garden and skip and hop and frolic and
The little fairies kind of like flitting around them, leaving glitter
uh,
behind them, and
like a scene out of a Disney love story. Yeah.
and there's a couple of shots of grown up drink beverages, and you won't care.
Instead of Beauty and the Beast, it's Doug and the Dame.
Yeah, yeah.
Doug and the Damsel. Uh,
And just to be up for one, I don't know yet what you're talking about.
Perky heaven.
Um, I don't think you could be anything except PG, Doug.
I don't even
Oh
think it
Lord.
goes that far. They're pretty much just G rated.
So today you go see your girlfriends.
Yep.
Hopefully you buy some good stuff since you're running out of stuff to list.
I've got to I got to read the owner's manual on these radios because pretty much all of them turn on and beep and make static, but I got to figure out how to set them to test all the functions. Maybe I'll watch a YouTube video about how to do TK350 radios.
I'm hoping this is Mr. Sadie. Good morning, Mr. Good morning, Todd Jr. Todd,
Uh,
you
Todd Jr., I can't hear you.
we can see you. We can't hear you. Are you muted?
He must be muted.
You must be muted on your end because you're not muted on your phone. Because you're not muted in the show.
All we see is your neck and chest.
Yeah. Yeah, I
There we
like
go.
Fluffy. He's funny.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Todd, you're gonna have to. All these boys want their part of your inheritance or their inheritance. You need to get on the damn stick, son, because you're gonna be. They're only going to get $1.59 a piece right now.
I know.
I mean, between Larry and Lag, that's two of them. I think Major Wynn's starting to start claiming you as another parent, as a parent too.
No, lag ain't getting shit.
Uh,
So, what are you up to this morning, Mister Sadie?
Trying to decide which direction I need to go today.
Like
I
actual
can go left,
driving
go
somewhere,
right,
or are
go
you talking
forward.
about like what you got to chores you got to get done?
Yeah, what I want to do today. Hot tea, JT. That's the only thing I drink in the morning. I
What is
boil my
that?
tea every day. I boil my sweet tea every morning.
Is it iced or hot?
Steaming hot. No ice.
Yeah,
Yeah, I know, but that's what I've been doing my whole life, JT. I have
yeah.
a mug.
But he
My
can eat.
granddaughter just bought me a mug for Father's Day, and I'm terrible at using them damn mugs. They're just bulky. They don't fit in my cup holder in my truck. I don't know.
hey, Don Mary.
Good morning.
Sorry, Tom.
No, that's all right. So did y'all do a whatnot show last night? Two hip chicks.
I never remember to go watch Whatnot stuff, but oh well.
Anissa, honey, everything leaches into everything. You should know that. You got five somethings around there where some leaching went on. No, it's because people's not eating healthy. They're eating all these hormones and all that kind of crap. Oh God, don't listen, Major Win. I hear enough about data. I don't need to hear it from you two. Being that I live with a little maven, a data maven myself.
He was a good Star
See,
Trek character.
I have a mug. It keeps it cold for 74 hours and hot for 14 hours. But I don't use it because it don't fit nowhere. It's too big.
They should have got you one of those big metal ones that are made to sit into a coffee holder.
Right.
Thank you,
Now
Major
that I
Win.
probably would use. Oh, Major Wind's sucking up again.
Okay. Uh, Speaking of my lovely bride, she's saying she was leaving from work and coming home to work. Uh, yep, I appreciate that, Major Win. We've got one planned for December. Trying to get one together for September. We'll be married 30 years this year, so we need to do something.
Right, Doug. That's what she said.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Yeah, Mr. Yeah, let me start all over again. Yeah, Larry, you need to go get you one of those. It's the base of it is made to go in a cup holder on a car.
Yeah. Well, then I gotta hurt my granddaughter's feelings for buying me this mug, so I'm probably just gonna
We'll carry it
use this
around when
mug.
she's
And
just carry it around when you're working in the office or in the shop or whatnot.
yeah, I mean, I'm just not as cutthroat as you are, Tom. I worry about people's feelings. Okay.
I know I'm such an asshole. That's all there is to it.
I was waiting for Scott to kick you off the show Wednesday morning, or was it Friday? Whatever one you was on with him. You were being so nice. You know, he don't like nice people.
I know. Um, but you know, my brother has one daughter, and she's got two daughters, and then his son's got two daughters, and he's just a wimp around them girls. Daniel said, Daddy would have beat my ass if I'd have done that when I was their age.
Right. Right.
I said, well, I guess it's that little girl thing, especially when you like my mom didn't have any daughters, so when my niece came along, she was spoiled rotten. And my mom always said, she said, it took me for the longest time to learn how to play with a little girl, because she used to. My little brother was a little league junior high pitcher, and she used to get out in the backyard and catch for him while he practiced.
Oh yeah.
So my mom was a boy mom.
Right. Right.
Uh,
So Todd, you get all your two-way radios cleaned up and your chargers and stuff? No.
I got to read the owner's manual because I can't figure out. They got like 800 functions on them. I gotta now. Don't they're gonna sell great once I figure out how to test them all.
Right.
If they're all working and stuff. But if
So
I
they do
just
a
sell
lot
them
more
for
than just
parts or
walkie-talkie.
repair, I'm not gonna make much. Or
Right.
I'll still make a profit. It's just I'm not gonna, if I sell them for parts repair, it's gonna be not even a third of what they're probably worth working.
Yeah, it seems like in my experience, when I buy big lots of stuff like that, they're generally good for the most part. There might be a couple bad ones. Uh, it usually means whatever department or school or whatever upgraded or something.
right. But that's the shh, Major Win. Don't be so loud. Um, that's about it. The thing about it is that you'll find some good items, or you think it's good items, and then it takes you an hour to research them to find out if they're working or what they do or whatnot.
Yeah,
Um,
I think most people, well, not, I don't know about most people, but I think a lot of people just clean them up. They'll test the very basics and ship it,
right.
and turn on returns and roll with it.
Because some of those you got to remember, some of the radios are repeater radios. They have to go through a central repeater to talk to another unit. So always if you're not thinking they're not transmitting, be sure and check out the how they work. So because my brother had, or my dad, he had about 35 of those that some were installed in the car, some were handheld, and but they had to go through a repeater tower, which we were on like four towers, and so we could just about talk from we could talk from Myrtle Beach all the way up to Rock Hill, which is from one side of the state to the other.
I'm kind of scared if I test these radios wrong, then I'm going to screw up the local fire department. I'll be interfering with messages they're trying to send or whatever.
Where
Right.
did where did you get those from?
I got them from the auction.
And it didn't. I mean, there's not like fire department. Is there anything stamped on them like fire department,
Yeah,
Texas Police Department, something like that?
there's some markings from fire departments,
Okay.
but different one. There's like two or three different markings I've seen. But yeah, I bought a whole bunch. Obviously, you haven't watched my video.
No, I will go watch it when I get finished here. I got some stuff to do, so I'll turn it on and use it for background noise, which is what I do for a lot of people. I just turn on tell it to play all, and it's playing in the background, and
Yeah, I'm great for background noise. Thanks.
you're not distracting, Todd.
No,
No, actually, your kind of that kind of video is the kind of video where you have to stop and keep going and looking at the TV.
these radios took up a whole table at the auction nearly.
Dang.
Damn. Dang. Darn.
There's a box of pagers too. So, got to figure out how to test those too.
Todd goes to a license check. They're going to pull him over saying, "Sir, we need to do a wipe down on all these pagers. See what kind of business you're in."
There's probably 50 radios. There's probably 30 pagers. And then all the different chargers and stuff. Like,
How,
look
how
at this.
much?
You see that charger that does 6 radios at once? Somebody has that charger out there listed on eBay for 212,
Wow.
and they're the only other listing for that charger.
Do you Can I ask how much you paid for that lot of pagers?
Yeah, it was 160, no, 150 plus 10% premium. So 165 was my total cost.
Maybe you ought to reach out to some of the beeper companies in town and see if you can just sell them all to them.
No, John, I don't have a ham radio license. It's probably illegal for me to even test them.
I don't have a safe word, leg. I don't. I just take my chances. At my age, you don't really need a safe word.
if if somebody just comes over and kills you, that's okay.
Right, right.
Um, my f- I have a friend who used to live in Tyler, Texas, and I came down to Dallas or came down to Texas and went up and visited him and his wife, and he was big into the ham radio, and he had a set of beams.
That's,
Yeah,
uh,
um, he had a set of beams for his ham radio that when he turned them, they would go reach one set of half of the beams would reach all the way across the top of the house. They were huge.
yeah, the fire department
Yeah,
here will probably triangulate my position and come kick my ass.
Well, go
right.
by and get
And
a couple of dozen donuts and take them. Go down to your local fire department. And say, "Here, I brought you donuts. How about look at these radios and tell me if these are some that y'all use?"
we're gonna see Todd's house on the national news tonight, surrounded by SEAL Team Six.
Yeah, it's like the
Arnold Schwarzenegger will jump out and say, "Get in the chopper."
the my neighbors that have the rental house next door to us. They have another house not too far away from here, and I've mentioned that they had a exotic dancer uh, living in it, and they always liked it because she always paid cash and she always paid when it was due. And
Sweaty $1 bills.
yeah, anyway, she they were working on they were at home one day, and one of their friends called them and said, "Hey, your house that down in South Charlotte is on the news." Apparently, so they went and turned on the TV, and Chopper 9, which is one of our TV stations here, circling around and giving them an aerial view. And apparently, this girl had a boyfriend that wouldn't leave, and she called the police on him, and he still wouldn't leave. And so they were getting ready. Well, they ended up busting down the front door and all that kind of mess. And but Tammy said she's like, "Oh my God, it's on, it's on our house is on TV," and they had just had a new roof on it, put on it, and her husband was like, "Yeah, but damn, the roof looks good. The roof looks good." Which they told the tenant, that she was responsible for the damages, and Joe said she said just a minute, and she came back and brought him $1,000 in cash and said go fix it. She's will that cover the door? He said, "Oh yeah, I'll give you your change." But that's all he was concerned about. Not the fact that they were getting ready to bust down his front door of his house, his rental house, but oh, the roof looks good. Wait a minute, let's see. Don't yell shots fired. Oh no, 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 no. Good morning, wee genie. Uh,
Good Lord, JT.
they put it. Wait a minute.
That's
They
funny.
put a huge life-size cutout of a French-maid, half-naked chick in the front floor ceiling window, floor to ceiling window. Okay, in my dead dad's house. That's classy stuff right there. Yeah, what's wrong with that? You should be looking at people's houses in the first place, Anissa. It's if a person wants to walk around naked at night and without closing their windows, that's people are not supposed to be looking in their house, even if it is a standee.
Todd, you going storching today at the Lutherans?
Of course,
Yeah,
it's
those old hags, they can't live without me.
listen to him when those ladies start passing over. Todd will be at all their funerals crying. I remember
Jeez.
she gave me a good deal on this. Oh my God, she finally left us. She would. She
Yeah.
would reprice everything.
Yeah, you take something up to the counter to pay for it, and that one would try to prune would jump in and say, "Oh, we can't sell it for that. Uh-oh, we got Perky in the house."
Yeah, and that's kind of against the law.
Not, not for
Oh
Lutherans.
no.
They're protected by God's law.
Yeah, Todd's gravy train days will be over and them ladies pass away.
You you price something. You have a price on something in a retail establishment. You can't be jumping the. You can go down on the price, but you can't go up on it.
They're not retail. Todd the Third.
Are they collect? Are they collecting? Yeah, Todd the Third. I went to school with a guy. Everybody called him Three because he was there was William Senior, William Junior, then he was William the Third, but everybody called him Three, and he has four.
I look I look just like Todd though.
You look like Todd.
So he can't deny me.
Hey, Doug, what was that picture? Where did I see the picture of you and your wife and you didn't have a beard? And
Oh yeah, that
I,
was like, well, when we first started up trying to do the whole YouTube thing. We kept trying to upload pictures, but the file sizes were too big, and there was like 3 pictures we had where the file size fit, and one was actually from us dating, and it was like 10 years ago. So that's what
yeah, I mean,
we're
Todd, you look
babies in that
so,
I know,
photo.
lad.
not that you look old now, but dang, you look young in that picture.
But man, you're right. I was. It's like I look back now, even like 4 years ago, man. It's like it's been a rough ride apparently, but yeah, I didn't even have
Rough
any gray
ride.
in my beard 4 years ago.
Been a rough ride.
Marriage, President of the United States, they both suck the life out of you. Don't make you turn gray.
Look at the progression of George Washington from when he started to when it ended. It's like
Yeah,
you could see his face just melting.
I'm serious. You look like even Barack Obama. He was, so young looking when he went in, and when he came out, he looked like he had spent 8 years as president. I
Yeah,
mean, he was gray
Doug,
haired.
1982, baby. I was,
Oh wow, man,
I was,
looking sharp, dude.
I
You
was
got a
hot
mustache that looks
stuff.
like a pair of wings on like a B two
Yeah, I
bomber.
know.
I know. Somebody said I look like a pimp or something.
A
What
porn
what they say?
star. You look
Yeah,
like a porn star there.
Porn star. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
my
need
porn
if
star
you had a
stash.
if you had a
yeah.
scarf on, Todd, you would have been rocking it, dude.
I thought that was Tom Selleck for a minute.
Yeah, it's Skinny Tom Selleck.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
He
looking
was the
sharp,
guy
dude. I think you look great.
I
he was the
even
guy
had
that drove the Knight
look.
Rider Trans Am, which
I used to have hair. Look,
yeah.
David Hasselhoff.
Hey
David
man, I'm
Hasselhoff
like, yeah, I'm
was
gonna be right there with you before I know it. It's like I'm sure mine's gonna be on the way out. Like every male in my family has got it ranges from moderate to all the way hair loss. So it's only a matter of time.
Lag says that looks like my dad.
you know
I
what?
don't know.
One of these days Todd's gonna have a grandchildren, and let's say David, his son David, sitting there with his children and going through the family picture, and this is your grandfather. That was
Yeah,
Yeah, that was at the Santa Fe, New Mexico ski basin.
That's
So
cool.
I had on the sweater and the bib over all snowsuit. Yeah,
yeah, likely was that the theme of the movie, Todd? You were the ski instructor, and
yeah. The movie was called Ski Bunnies.
Man.
Todd gets old, or Lad gets hold of that photo. He's gonna Photoshop that sucker. He's gonna have his arm around Todd. They're both gonna have a fishing
that's
pole.
right. Todd's
They're
that
gonna be
picture's going to
whistling
be in.
down the road like Andy Griffin and Opie.
Todd will be in all the family photos.
Uh,
Oh man, that's so funny.
turtleneck. Yeah.
I'm here for your pleasures, young trader.
Um, I
Yeah,
don't.
I couldn't fit any article of those clothing anymore. I was running 6 miles a day and I weighed about 160 in that.
What happened, Todd?
Wow.
I got
Did you
old
used
and
to do
fat.
like cross country running?
It wasn't, it was just fun run stuff, 10Ks, 5Ks, half marathons, that type of deal.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah, because I used to run cross country, and it was such a good that was such a good experience. Like,
now I get on the treadmill and walk 2 miles and it kicks my ass.
yeah.
I don't think
Doug, did
cross
you run
country
cross
was it.
country, Doug, or did you skip cross country?
Skip.
Uh,
Um,
He look,
there's a comedian,
he looked like,
Shang
we're off to
Wang is his
see the
name,
wizard.
and
The
he
world.
talks about the fact that he's like, dude, everything's quicker if you skip. He's like, if you're trying to get anywhere, it'll be a 10-minute walk, it'll be an 8-minute skip, and it's like it's might be something to that.
Oh, yeah.
That is when you said that though, Sadie, about the leaving skip marks in the
Skip marks in
carpet.
the
I wish
carpet.
you could have seen how hard, especially to like Ro and Ro's mom when they saw that and about the but you leave skip marks in the carpet. It's great because like Ro's mom, she like follows all of us now. Like she follows our channel, she follows you guys,
Oh, nice,
and so
Oh
nice.
like
no.
every once in a while
Hi,
we'll miss
mom.
a show and then she'll reach out to us and be like, "What's going on?" And we're like, "I don't know. We haven't seen it yet, you know." But she's like keeping tabs on everybody. But when she saw this whole skip mark thing, she like lost it. She was losing her mind.
Hopefully, she's
Mm,
good at taking jokes
hey,
and
Robin.
don't
Oh yeah, no, actually,
take it as
I'll be
insult.
honest with you. Ro's mom is
Which
she's at
Todd?
least she's at least cooler than I am. I don't think she's cooler than Ro is, but Ro's mom is like she man, she is like I remember on the first day when I met Ro's mom, there was like a situation that came up and she had to handle it. And I mean, how she handled it and as decisively she handled it, I was like, all right, I better make sure I like mind my P's and Q's here because like she she don't play around.
Right.
Kind
That's
of like,
But
nice.
she's like, but she can take a joke and like
she
she
must
gets
be
it. She's
part
awesome.
Lutheran.
She probably fight you
Right.
on that pretty good. But yeah, no, it's really funny.
No, that's cool. You gotta laugh, man. You gotta laugh.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful that pretty much on both sides of my family, like Ro and I love each other's parents because on both sides they know how to have a good time, but while keeping it cool. You know that they don't. It's not
Right.
the kind of
Right.
thing where they're the only ones having fun and everyone else is uncomfortable. It's like that they know how to keep it cool.
um, you know, I've been fortunate. I got along with both of my original Mrs. Tom Hucks one. I got along with her family, and being married to Roberta, I get along with her family really well. Um, I didn't have one of these domineering, nosy mother-in-laws either time,
Mhm.
so I've been good with that. Even though
Yeah.
my uh, wife number one's parents were
Ignorant.
named Robert and Elizabeth, my Roberta's parents' names are Robert and Elizabeth.
Oh wow,
Yeah, that's
you
pretty.
may, yeah
Huh.
got a few questions there.
I yeah, well, if it wasn't for the fact I didn't know what their name was before, we got started getting dating it, I would think there'd be some kind of like little subconscious thing going on there, but
That's really funny.
they were always Mr.
So
and Mrs. Hall.
so Tom, I'm questioning. So for you, you like to cruise. Where's the best place you've cruised to, and what's your favorite cruise line? Because
I
we actually love to cruise. I'm actually like seriously wanting to know. We might take that into account next time we book a cruise.
We do Carnival because Carnival is convenient. It's like,
Hmm.
and that's the reason we started. And now we've cruised with them so much, we've got so many cruise points that we get a lot of perks and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Uh, so Carnival's our cruise line of choice. I've cruised on Royal Caribbean, and I didn't see any difference in them. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, my son and his wife like Norwegian,
Yeah.
but you know, I don't really like the super big ones. These that 6,000 people on them. That's just too many people. And they say, well, it's a huge ship. It's not that huge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
just me. And when you go to like their private islands and they've got a couple of these big huge ships in there, you can't get to the. I mean, there's just no place to go unless you
Yeah.
upgrade. And that's the thing to remember, people. Royal Caribbean, Carnival, all these that have their private islands and have the big water parks and whatnot. The water parks are extra. You pay $60 per person to go into that thing.
Oh, wow, that's good to know.
So
Yeah, I hadn't run into that before. Like my wife and I, we've cruised on Norwegian and Celebrity, and
right.
we enjoyed those a lot. That those have been pretty good for us.
Um, I cruised on Norwegian in way back yonder. We cruised out of L.A. and Long Beach, whatever, and went to Ensenada, Mexico, and to Catalina Island. I liked Catalina Island.
Mm. Mhm.
I made an offer to buy it, but they just didn't go.
Are you talking about Catalina
That
Island
whole
out here?
environmental thing didn't go for it. Uh,
Are you talking about the Catalina Island right out here on California side?
yeah, on the coast.
Yeah,
I said
that's
we went
awesome.
out of L.A.
Ro used to have to travel to Catalina Island once a week. She was working with a really great dermatologist
Right.
down there, and so he'd make a 1 week or once a week trip out there, and then help a bunch of people on the island, and then they'd cruise back. So she was like all the time. She knew the ferry schedule like the back of her hand.
I got to spend a couple of years on Alcatraz Island once.
I've been there, man. That place is so cool.
It is.
It
It's an
looks like you're stepping
interesting
back in
place.
time.
Do they still allow people to get locked in the cells?
They did when I was there.
Okay. Yeah, that
And I
was
was like, I
interesting.
was super sick at the time, so I'm trying to be like, trying to be discreet, and I got like snot running down my face, and it was like, I don't care, just get me out of here. I was really over it at the time, but I was so ill, but I was single. I had a bunch of other guys with me, and we're just like, you got to go, Doug, you got to go. I'm like, all right. And then as soon as I got on the little ferry out there, I was miserable the whole time. So that's my only memory of Alcatraz is just
Just
sneaking
being
off to the
sick.
bathroom and blowing my nose out.
Yeah, being locked up, I didn't feel claustrophobic, but it was very eerie. Like
Yeah.
somewhere in the back of your mind, you're going, what if there's some kind of emergency and they
Yeah.
just leave us all locked in here?
Yeah. There's always a little thing that kicks in your brain where it's just like, yeah, what if, what if something gets weird here?
When I was in middle school, junior high, uh, we went to the local county as part of our civics class. We went to the local prison, the county jail,
Oh
and
man.
they put us all in jail cells and locked us up. We had to spend like 30 minutes in there. They said, "Well, if you need to go to the bathroom, there's one right there."
Oh man.
And
Yeah, like an open trough.
yeah, there's like, six 13, 14-year-old boys in this one room, one cell. And the consensus was we didn't like that idea about too much.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I'm like, well, that's okay. I'll just resorb it back into my body. All right, I'll deal with the toxic effects.
Yeah. Uh,
A couple of years ago, they shut down our county jail, and they had it, it was kind of like an estate auction. They were selling a bunch of the old equipment out of the prison. But man, I went off down in there, and they didn't have the lights turned on to the cells, and so you walk down in there. God, it was just like you know, a a zombie from Walking Dead is going to reach out and just chomp on you. It was so
Oh yeah,
dark,
man.
and I was miserable up in that place.
Yeah. No,
My thought,
that's
my thoughts is stay away from me, ghosties, because if you jump out at me and I have a heart attack, eternity is going to be long for you. Because I'm going to be there bitching at you the whole time. You just get leave us
oh
alone.
man.
Which uh, my a guy I went to high school with, Scott.
Bridget,
He has
Come
a
on,
house. Hey,
come on,
Bridget.
Bridget.
He has a house in at near Piedmont Park in Atlanta, which is an old time area of Atlanta. Big houses. He inherited a house from his aunt, and they were actually going to move into it because they lived in Marietta at the time. So they were moving into the city, and Janine, his wife, said he walked in the front door and he said, "If anybody's living in this house, you're welcome to stay, but you better not look at me back through the mirror. You better not jump out at me. You better not stand at the top of the stairs looking down at me." He says, "Because you will find yourself homeless because I will burn this bitch down." Because this house was built
Uh,
like, pre Civil War. It was one of the ones that didn't get burned down during the Big March.
that reminds me. I don't know if anybody else is an Office fan, but Michael Scott from that show. One of the best lines is, "I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious." Like that. That is one of the best lines. I'm not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
Yeah, I don't like haunted houses. I don't like surprises like that.
It's prisons, Texas made me think of this show I watched last night. This movie, it's called The Hammer, with Reba McEntire. Anyway, that's a pretty good little movie. If anybody needs to kill some time, it's on Tubi. Yes, I look at the free channels too.
That's actually, that's one thing I love about this channel is some of the recommendations you guys have for just ways to save a buck and to get the best deal on things. You guys actually you'll casually talk about that all the time, and if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. But I love that about you guys. You'll just casually be like, "Yeah, so we did this because it's going to save a few bucks," and I'm over here just like, "Okay, writing that down. Let me go ahead and
Is
let
that
me
just
take some notes."
no? That's not porno lag. That is a mainstream TV movie. It was on the
Oh man.
channel. What's it called? Lifetime.
Lag always has that wandering mind.
Yeah. We have a friend who is a radical lesbian, and I'll say something like the chick. Well, it's over on the chick channel. What do you mean by that, Tom?
Like, yeah,
I'm
giving
like
yourself all kinds
the Lifetime,
and
the Lifetime
and you're
channel, and
still
she's
alive.
like, "I'm having to get the cross out, to keep her at bay here." I do love her though. She's a sweetheart, even though she is just a little too radical.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
me, Bridget. Good morning. Good to see
yeah, if you like, that's the smartest thing that you ever said. But in all honesty, Todd, you thought that there was toothbrushes inside of them, correct?
I did. In fact, the auction said toothbrushes. It did not say toothbrush holders. So I thought, man, I can sell if they're all like Colgate toothbrushes or something. I'll sell the heck out of those. But they were just the empty holders. I was like, what are you,
Do they
friggin'
have
auction company?
do they have
Yeah, I
previews?
would have thrown a fit over that, man.
Yeah,
There's a
well, they
huge difference
said,
between toothbrush holder. It's
they
like, all
said,
right, yeah,
you
like we're
have
getting the
you
Texas
have
Rangers
the
a
option.
bunch of guns, and it's like if a bunch of holsters show up, it's like, okay, what?
I told them,
I don't know.
or they always say, oh, you have the option to come and preview. So it's, you make a bid, you're signing a binding contract. So
Well, you could also say, where's my toothbrushes at?" You
Yeah.
said there were toothbrushes, but you're right.
I'm like, it is a binding contract. You said toothbrushes.
Yeah.
What I should do is just throw all those in the back of my pickup, go to the auction place, and just drive through their parking lot
Just
with the tailgate down and toothbrush holders get scattered on them.
Uh,
oh
return
god.
to sender.
Yes, Bridget. Todd's got like 5 million toothbrush holders.
Yeah, I wonder if I ought to go adjust the listing and put tampon holders or something different on them. I did a video on them. Lag never watches my videos anymore. He made a comment on one of my videos one time, and yep, it was about his normal comment. I forget what it was, but yeah, travel cases. Yeah,
Travel cases. Yeah. Put your drugs in them. Especially like people that live out in California where they can carry 3 rolled ones. Just slide them down into it and protect it.
I thought you had to go to work, Todd the Third.
Me? Oh, well, yeah, technically I should be. Um,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
off from my regular. I'm off from my regular day job today, but yeah, I've got a ton of listings to do. I
you have
actually, I literally told Ro I'm gonna jump on with these guys because it's the only thing that's gonna help my brain get fired up enough to get to work today. I'm just,
is this
I'm just so
intellectual
tired this week.
conversation.
What was that?
All this intellectual conversation will get you fired up and get you motivated for the day.
That's right. I had to have my business meeting here with you guys to get everything up and
Yeah,
running.
See, in my
you got
part
to
of the
think about
country,
it,
it's
right?
called the Old Men's Liars Club. You know what I mean?
The old man's liars.
Yeah, if you go like Hardee's around here or any of the like local cafes, you'll see a bunch of old men like me and Todd and sitting in a corner drinking coffee, maybe having breakfast, and they're just talking, and
Yeah.
all the waitresses calls it um, the Liars Club.
It's kind of an inside joke around here. We always tell each other, let's think about it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, it's
It's
after
pretty
10
good.
o'clock. I gotta go. I'm gonna
Hey,
try.
well,
I'm gonna try.
Already.
I'm gonna try and get some more
hey,
listings going.
thanks as always for having me on, guys. It
Yeah,
did actually help me get fired up. I get 2 or 3 more brain cells working now that we've had this conversation, so it's helped me out a ton.
now you have to
No,
just
Bridget, right?
go
It
hold
is the old
hands with.
man's club, except for me. I mean, all these guys are old except for me, Bridget. I agree. Does
Yours.
You
three
guys
make
are
a
great.
club, or does it take four?
Thank y'all for coming in here
All
and
right.
hanging out with us today. Look for Todd tomorrow, and since we've run into his time, I doubt Doug's going to have a show. So y'all have a
Yep.
great day. Bye
Yep. No
bye.
show for us. Have a great one, everybody. Thank you. Bye.
Stay perky.
Doug,
Stay perky.